One quirky and beautiful feature of the Roland MSQ-700 sequencer is that it really has a life of its own. If this is due to aging components or a little guy sitting inside here manipulating what you record, I don't know. But no matter what you quantize, the resolution you quantize in, what comes out is definitely not what you put in. What comes out of this can really enhance your compositions, your arrangements and productions in a nice but quirky way. So let's go. Howard Jones was a big fan of the MSQ-700 and he used it to record and sequence parts of his Dream into Action album. And he too mentioned this quirkiness of what you put in isn't necessarily what you get out of the MSQ-700s in this March 85 issue of 1-2 Testing Magazine. Very interesting reading and I highly suggest you check it out. And the way we're going to do this, I'm going to feed the MSQ-700 a Midi clock pulse, so I'll record it in Midi external mode, because I'm also recording the same sequence from the keyboard into the DistroKid's RK008, so we can compare the sequencing output of the MSQ-700 to a brand new sequencer. So let's do it. Definitely way out of time, so let's hear it back from the RK008 first. Okay, let's hear it back from the MSQ-700. And even now, in its unquantized playback, we can hear the differences between the sequencers. They don't sound the same. But let's quantize this to 16ths in the RK008 first and hear how that plays it back. I'd say that's a perfect playback of everything quantized to 16ths, done in a very, well, let's call it a clinical way. So let's do the same on the MSQ-700. I'll quantize this to 16ths. It's a little bit more elaborate process, but it is done. So let's hear it back. Did you hear it? Some of the notes were cut short, just like the Howard Jones article said. Very interesting. So let's use the 16th quantized version from the MSQ-700 and turn that into 8ths. And let's hear that back. As always, I have to choose another new track on the MSQ-700 to get this going. And we press play. So let's set the RK008 to 8ths as well, which will be based off the original unquantized setting, admittedly. So let's take it one step further yet and do a quantization setting of 4ths, which should really reduce everything to just a couple of chords. So let's do it on the MSQ-700 first. again based off the 8th notes quantization. And the RK008. So to record both sequencers at the same tempo, I feed them with a clock pulse, MIDI clock pulse from the Isla S2400, and I merge that with the output of the Prophet X, so I can record everything from the keyboard. And the output of that merger goes into each of the sequencers. The output of the sequencers is merged into the second MIDI merger here and going back to the Prophet X so I can hear back what I've recorded. A quite simple setup, really. Here's another example. That's the part. Let's record it. So let's hear that back unquantized. This time it sounds pretty much the same, so let's put it into 16ths and see what it does. Again, it's turned it into something totally new and I love it. Let's go out from the original and do this in 8ths this time. And here you can hear those really short notes. Now comes the fun part. Let's find another sound to play back. Let's change that and add some delays. And let's go for a monophonic sound being played back by this heavily quantized polyphonic sequence. I have to say it again, I find this a fantastic tool to just get in the mood, getting inspiration and get some creative juices flowing. I hope you found this video fun and entertaining, and I hope to see you again next time. I'm Espen Kraft, thanks for watching, cheers!